Hey, this is your Olympic hero, Kurt Angle, and you're listening to the Mark World Order podcast. Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Hello, Marks, and welcome to another episode of the Mark World Order podcast, where pro wrestling is life, brother. I'm your host, Brent, and today I'm bringing to you guys the final match in the King of the Marks tournament. We started with 8 contestants. The cream has risen to the top. We've got 2 left, and I'm going to tell you know right now it's going to be a slobber knocker tonight. So first, let me introduce to you our 2 contestants, starting first with the mark-off record of 2 wins, 0 losses out of Fresno, California. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the West Coast voice, Davey Dangerously. How's it going, Davey?
It's going good, brother. And the second verse is going to be same as the first. SuperFan Randy is going down.
Ooh, we're already starting the trash talking. All right. So I'm going to go ahead then and introduce our second contestant. With no further ado, he's got a mark-off record of 3 wins, 3 losses, coming out of Madera, California. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Superfan Randy Gates. How you doing, Randy?
What's going on, everybody? Listen, Davey, not so dangerously. Listen, my friend, you took first blood. I admit that. You won the first battle, but after tonight, I'm winning the war, and I'm going home with the mark-off King of the Marks championship belt around my waist.
Ooh, the pressure's on.
All right, you guys. So let's go ahead and begin this mark off. And I'm going to let you know right off the bat what your guys' topic's going to be. I haven't told you anything yet. Always keeping you in the blind so no one can cheat, because I know how serious you guys take this. So with SummerSlam coming up in just a couple of days, I thought, shoot, what the heck? Let's go ahead and have our final mark-off in this tournament on SummerSlam. So all of the questions in today's match are going to have to do with SummerSlam, alrighty?
All right.
Good.
Okay, so with that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and explain to the listeners our rules here, and then we'll go ahead and kick off round number 1. So just so everybody knows at home, in the first round, there are 10 questions. Each contestant is going to get to answer those 10 questions. So we're going to take turns. We're going to have one of the contestants drop off. I think in this case, we're going to have Davey drop off first. I'll have Randy answer the 10 questions first. Then we'll call Davey back, and we'll bring him back on to answer the 10 questions after that. And then I also want to let you guys know, tonight, the Mark World Order is making history. I am introducing something new at the end of the first round. If either contestant or both contestants, whatever, if the contestant answers all 10 questions correctly in the first round, I have added an extra Superfan bonus question. And that's right, it's called Superfan because it's named after you, Randy, because you've done it twice now.
Okay.
So you understand that, Davey? You get all 10 of your questions correct, there will be an extra bonus question worth 1 point.
I can definitely dig that.
All right, so without further ado, like I said, I'm going to have Randy go first since, I'm going to give Davey the advantage a little bit. We'll have Randy answer the questions first. So, Dave, go ahead, drop off the phone, my friend, and I will give you a call back in probably just a couple of minutes.
Right on, guys. Hey, brother, good luck.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Dave.
All right.
All right, I'll let you know when he drops off here.
Okay.
So how are you feeling? SummerSlam. What's
Ooh, I don't know. That's one of those where I was kind of hoping. I was hoping that me and Dave would get something around the golden era, just because we kind of both were in that.
Yep.
But SummerSlam is kind of one of those where it's been around for a long time, all through the golden era. It's one of those original Big 4 or Big 5, depending on who you ask. And so I don't know. I feel good. But I'm not super confident. There's a lot of good questions that can come out of
there's infinity questions that can come out of
Oh,
SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So I wanted to, and that's the thing, because you guys are so strong in the golden era, I wanted to pick something that spanned basically all of WWE exist. Not want to say all of their existence, but for the majority of when they've been popular. So that's why I picked a pay-per-view, and I thought, we've got SummerSlam coming up, and when this airs, essentially a couple of days. So I figured it'd fit right in with the theme of things.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay.
All right. So without any further ado, are you ready to do your questions, Randy?
Let's go for it.
All right, let's start. Here we go. Round one. Okay. Question number one. What year did the first SummerSlam happen?
I believe that was 1988, I want to say.
That is correct.
All right.
Starting off strong.
Good.
One. All right.
Little scared on that one, I got to admit. I couldn't remember if it was 88 or 89.
You did a good guess there. So moving on to question number two.
All right.
The first year of the SummerSlam, what venue was it held at in 1988?
Oh, gosh. I will be perfectly honest. I do not know this. I don't think it was probably Madison Square Garden. So there's a couple of really big venues that they ran. I'm going to say the Nassau Coliseum, just because I know that was one of like the big 2 or 3 that they ran. Maybe the Rosemont Horizon, but I think I'm going to go with the Nassau Coliseum.
I am sorry, Randy. You shot yourself in the foot, my friend. It was the Madison Square Garden.
It wasn't really Madison
Yes,
Square Garden.
Madison
I thought they
Square
were.
Garden.
Okay. That surprises me, but it doesn't surprise me.
Especially back in the 80s. I felt like they used it a lot. So.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. 1-1. Moving on to question number 3. What was the main event at the first SummerSlam in 1988?
I believe it was a tag match with Hogan and the Mega Powers against DiBiase and Andre the Giant.
That is correct. Good job, man.
All right. Okay.
Mega Powers versus the Mega Bucks. Very good.
That's right. That's right.
Very
the Mega
good.
Bucks. It's such a great name.
It is.
Oh, you guys are the Mega Powers? Well, we're going to be the Mega Bucks. All right. I love that.
All right. Question number 4. Who did the Ultimate Warrior defeat in 31 seconds to win the Intercontinental title at the first SummerSlam pay-per-view in 1988?
It was the Shake, Rattle, and Roll, the Honky Tonk Man.
That is correct. Woo! There you go. 3 out of 4 correct so far. You got 3 points. Moving on to question number 5. So Bret Hart won his first singles title, which was the Intercontinental title, at SummerSlam 91. Who did he defeat for the title?
He defeated Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig.
That is correct. There we go. 4 out of 5 in the first 5. Going strong. Going strong.
Small fact, I just read yesterday, I believe, that's been voted on a number of lists as one of the best SummerSlam matches of all time.
Oh, shoot.
If you have not seen it, check it out. It is great.
I'll have to check it out then. I have not seen it.
It's fantastic. It's very good.
All right. Moving on to question number 6. You have 4 points already. Moving on, number 6. At SummerSlam 92, Shawn Michaels faced Rick Martel in a singles match with which unique stipulation?
Oh, that was fantastic. They could not hit each other in the face.
Correct. That's such a stupid stipulation.
It was the greatest thing because the model was the model Rick Martel, so you couldn't punch him in the moneymaker. And they were fighting over Sherry.
Yes.
And Sherry had the boy toy Shawn Michaels, so it was like, okay, well they'll fight, but nobody's punching anybody in the face. We don't want to mess up that kisser.
And then I was reading the details of the match because I haven't seen it, but apparently it ended in no DQ, and they both kept fighting on who was going to carry Sherry to the back, and she just kept getting dropped, and then they just fought, and she had to walk her way to the back.
It's fantastic. It's so good.
It does.
I haven't seen
sounds
that
really
match
funny.
in years. But yeah, it was awesome.
You know, as a kid, I was such a stupid mark that I didn't like Shawn Michaels because I thought he was a jerk. But when I go back and watch stuff now, I'm like, oh, this guy was a genius. This guy was great. So
yeah.
Anyways, all right. So that was question number 6. Let's move on to number 7. At SummerSlam 94, the real Undertaker took on an imposter Undertaker portrayed by who?
He used to wrestle in the USWA under primetime Brian Lee.
That is correct. Jeez Louise, man.
The Underfaker. You know what? My 5-year-old loves the Undertaker versus Undertaker match.
Oh yeah.
And he's convinced that the Undertaker, whoever wore Gray was always the Underfaker. He doesn't understand that 1990 Mark Calloway wore gray. He just thinks that no, Mark
That's
Calloway
the fake
came
one?
in '94. Yeah, like everything before then is the Underfaker.
Oh man, I am
It's
really
fantastic.
impressed. I thought this was going to be a stumper.
No, you know what? I've seen that match in the last month. I've probably seen that match 7 times with the
What?
5-year-old watching it over and
Jeez
over.
Louise.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
He just wants that on repeat.
Jeez. All right, well, moving on to question number 8 then. You've got 3 questions left. You've got 6 points. Here we go.
right.
At SummerSlam 96, Paul Bearer turned on The Undertaker and aligned himself with which wrestler?
That would be Mick Mankind Foley.
That is correct. You got 7 points.
Hit him with the urn.
Moving on. Question number 9. At SummerSlam 97, these two fought for the Intercontinental title.
SummerSlam 97. I think that was when Owen hurt Austin. I'm going to go with that. I think it was Owen Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That is correct.
Oh, good.
Very
Okay.
good, man. 8 points.
That one had me worried.
8 points heading into your final question in the first round. Unfortunately, you missed one that you
did.
actually said the answer, but you didn't say it was your answer.
I talked myself out of it.
You did. So, question number 10. At SummerSlam 98, Ken Shamrock faced Owen Hart in which type of match?
Ken Shamrock faced Owen Hart in which type of match?
Yeah. What type of match was it?
A submission match.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect.
Oh, doggone it.
It was a Lion's Den match, which, like, I don't know, is that a submission match? I didn't read too much about it, but
Well, the Lions Den match was actually the Fully Loaded pay-per-view right before it. Because it was in it was filmed in. I mean, you need to double check that, but I believe the Lions Den match was filmed in Calgary, but the Fully Loaded pay-per-view was in Fresno, and it was broadcast into the arena, and it was pre-recorded.
well, I'm looking it up right now. This is the final match. We need to make sure that we've got everything correct. So
Okay.
hold on, everybody, while we figure this out.
I think that's what it was. Maybe I'm off.
SummerSlam 1998. Pulling it up right now on the Wikipedias.
Okay.
Just to confirm. Oh, man. Here we go. No, it says Ken Shamrock defeated Owen Hart with Dan Severn as the, as
Special
someone
guest.
by submission
Oh,
in a Lions
okay.
Den match.
Well, I was incorrect. Okay.
All right.
All right. Doggone it.
Let me take a peek at something here real quick. One more thing just before. So you said Fully Loaded in your house.
Yeah, in your house, Fully Loaded. I'm not even sure if it's even labeled as a Fully Loaded anymore, but it was,
Okay. So what it was.
July of '98.
So you weren't far. It was Owen Hart faced Shamrock in a dungeon match. That's what was at Fully Loaded.
That was filmed in Calgary.
There you go. So that's where you got the mix up.
Okay. That's what it was. Okay, that sounds correct. I apologize for that.
No,
Taking
don't
up
worry
time
about
there.
it. No, don't worry about it. We want to make sure we get the thing correct. I would do the same thing if I was you. So at the end of round 1, Randy, you have got 8 points, which is once again nothing to shake a stick at. So
It's not
let's
too
go
bad.
ahead.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and hold tight, and I'm going to bring Davey Dangerously back on the line. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Davey Dangerously back on the line to start his 10 questions. But before he does that, Superfan Randy, is there anything you want to say to Davey before he begins?
Good luck, bud. There are a variety of questions. It's not on any kind of era. Brent did a very good job of spanning everything out. There's some good questions in there.
Wow, shaking in my boots.
All right, are you ready, Davey?
I think so.
All right. Then here we go. Question number 1. What year was the first SummerSlam pay-per-view?
Oh, that was easy, man. 1988.
That is correct. Oh, shoot. Strong
nice.
start. All right. Question.
Sounds confident.
He
I like
sounds
it.
very confident, very cocksure. All right. Question number 2. What was the venue of the first SummerSlam?
Come on, brothers. It was Madison Square Garden.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Two for two. Here we go. Moving on to
Yeah.
question number 3. What was the main event of the first SummerSlam?
Come on now,
I
guys.
was so disappointed.
You're asking the guy who's the Macho Man fan.
It was the Mega Powers versus the Mega Bucks.
That is correct. 3 for 3. The streak is on, brother.
With Jesse Ventura as the special guest referee.
That's true. That's true.
Hell, the pissing contest has begun. All right, question number 4. Who did the Ultimate Warrior defeat in 31 seconds to win the Intercontinental title at SummerSlam 88?
He's cool. He's cocky. He's bad. He's the honky tonk man.
That is correct. 4 for 4. Moving on to question number 5. Bret Hart won his first singles title, which was the Intercontinental title, at SummerSlam 91. Who did he defeat for the title?
Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig.
Correct. There we go. 5
Very
for
nice.
5.
5 for
Oh,
5.
shoot. Moving on. He's sniffing that bonus. I think he can smell it. Can you smell it, Davey?
I can smell it. I can smell it.
All right. Well, here we go. Question number 6. At SummerSlam 92, Shawn Michaels faced Rick Martel in a singles match with what unique stipulation?
92. Okay, so that was Wembley Stadium.
It was 72 degrees outside with a southeast directory wind.
Let's see. Oh, man. Oh man, this is a tough one right
Uh-oh.
here.
Is this the one that's
It's a
going to
tough
trip him
question.
up? Or is he working us? What do you think?
His fingers are typing on Wikipedia. I can hear them.
Oh, never. Oh man, this is a good one. So if I remember correctly, man.
He's going into the archives. I'll give you 10 more seconds.
I know.
I'll give you 10 more
Trying to
seconds to
think
look.
back, man. Trying to think back. I remember that. I know it had something to do with Sherry.
5 seconds.
Oh man, I'm stumped on that one.
Oh, I am sorry. The unique stipulation was there was no hitting in the face in that match.
That's right.
Yes. Oh, so
That's a tough question.
there he misses one. There
Did you
goes
miss
the
that one, Randy?
No, Randy
You know what?
got
No,
that one.
I was a Shawn Michaels guy. I got that one, but you know what I did miss? I missed the venue of
You
the
missed number
first.
2.
I thought I did not know, and I thought Madison Square Garden was what the logical answer and probably wrong. And I had said the Nassau Coliseum.
Yeah, he talked himself out of the correct answer, like right off the bat.
I did. I was like, I don't
first-
think it's Madison Square Garden.
The first words out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Well, they did go to Nassau, but it was.
They went to Nassau a ton, and they went to Rosemont a ton, and I was like, I bet it's one of those top 3.
All
And I
right.
talked myself out of it.
So there goes the perfect round. Maybe we'll do the bonus question just for funsies at the end, for no points.
That works.
All right, moving on to question number 7, Davey.
All
At
right.
SummerSlam 94, the real Undertaker took on an imposter Undertaker portrayed by who?
Mr. Primetime Brian Lee.
That is correct. That's exactly what Randy said. I can't believe you guys know that.
Oh yeah, man. He was also Chains in the
Yes.
DOA.
Yep. That's why I have here Brian Lee or Chains, because I would have accepted
Yeah.
either answer.
Dude
All right.
looked like him. He really did.
Moving on. Question number 8. At SummerSlam 96, Paul Bearer turned on The Undertaker and aligned himself with which wrestler?
It was the Boiler Room Brawl, and it was none other than Mick Foley, a.k.a. Mankind.
That is correct. There you go.
Very
You've got
good.
7 points now. You got 2 left in this round. Moving on to question number 9. At SummerSlam 97, these two fought for the Intercontinental title.
This could have been a disaster. It kind of was a disaster for the Intercontinental Championship that year. It was Owen Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That is correct. Very
Pretty
good.
good.
It was. That could have gone much worse. It went bad, but it could have been even worse. So,
Oh,
all
yeah.
right, here you go. You've got 8 points. You've got one question left in the first round. Here we go. At SummerSlam, at SummerSlam '98, Ken Shamrock faced Owen Hart in what type of match?
Oh, this was a ridiculous match. I remember that. It was, if I remember correctly, it was the Lion's Den match.
That is correct. Very good. So you finished off the round 9 points. Very strong. Are you curious to hear what Randy ended with?
I am very curious.
Well, you will be happy to know that you have a comfortable 1 point lead, Davey. Randy got 8 correct.
1 point.
So besides MSG, what question did you miss?
He missed the
I did
Lion's
not-
Den.
Yes, I had thought. I'm sure you went to it. Did you go to In Your House Fully Loaded here in Fresno?
Absolutely, I did.
Okay, I was convinced that the Lions Den match took place in that, and it was. And I even made Brent fact check it, and it was the dungeon match that was filmed in Calgary.
Oh yeah, when he feigned the tap out.
Yes.
I remember that.
Yeah, and I was convinced that no, the Lion, and I did not know what the SummerSlam stipulation was, but I was fully convinced that the Lions Den match was the month before at the July pay-per-view.
Nice.
All
So that's
right.
the one I missed.
I'll take that as the I'll take that for the 1 point lead.
There we go. So the score as it
How
stands.
dare you.
The score as it stands. Dave's got 9. Superfans got 8. Let's go ahead. We're going to segue right. Oh, actually, before we do that, do you guys want to hear what the bonus question was, just in case?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
let's do it.
Okay. The bonus question, had you got all these correct, you would have been asked, what was the theme song for SummerSlam '98?
I'm on
No
a
chance.
high
Yeah.
Oh my
way
I was
to
gonna,
hell.
I was gonna say No Chance in Hell, but that's exactly what it was. Yeah.
It was Highway. I don't know how you guys know that crap. Jeez
Oh,
Louise.
come on!
Randy
It
was close, though.
the very last episode of Raw when Austin falls down on the ramp. You know, all the fire goes up the sides of the ramp on Raw, and it starts playing in the background.
That is insane. You guys are crazy.
They must have. They must. You know what? If you ever saw it, you probably remember it because they must have spent a ton of coin on it because they made sure every time they talked about it,
It
that
played.
song was playing. Yeah.
Oh, they must have.
It
Yeah,
was-
I'm sure they paid a lot, and they're like, we're gonna use the hell out of it.
Yeah, because it played in some off the wall spots too, where it's like, okay, this doesn't really fit the story they're telling, but it's playing in the background.
Yep. All right. Well, let's go ahead now. Let's transition into round number 2, and I'm going to let the marks know at home what the rules are. So in round 2, there are once again 10 questions, but we are going to divide the questions up between the contestants. So each contestant's going to get 5 questions. Well, the way it's going to happen is since Dave has the lead, he's going to get to pick his number first, and we're going to go back and forth picking questions until they all have been selected. The order in which you select your questions is also correlated to a point value. So the first question you select is worth 1 point. The second number you select is worth 2 points, 3, 4, and 5 conversely. And then we will go back and forth. We will start with the person who has less points answering their questions until they take the lead, and then the person who falls behind will then start to answer their questions until we have no questions left, or someone runs out of questions and we have a winner that way. So do you guys understand the rules?
Let's
Yes,
do
sir.
it.
All right, so Dave, you have the lead. Between 1 and 10, let's go ahead, pick your first number. I'm guessing I know which one it is.
Number 4.
The 4 horsemen. There we go. All right, Randy.
I'm picking just like, you know what? It worked last week, so I'm picking number 5 for the 5-time WCW champion Booker T.
All
Woo!
all right, Dave. Next one.
I'll take lucky number 2.
Lucky number 2, Randy.
We'll go with let's go with number 7.
All right, Dave.
Number 8.
All right, Randy.
Okay, let's go with number 9.
All right, Dave.
I will go 10.
All right, Randy.
Let's go with the old number 1, the fastball number 1.
Number 1, and so we've got left, I think it's 6 and 3.
We'll go 3.
All right, and that leaves you with question number 6, Randy.
That leaves me with number 6.
All
The
righty.
6th member of the New World Order. 6.
All right, so Randy, you're going to start answering your questions first. Are you ready?
Okay. As ready as I'm ever going to be. Let's go.
All right, let's start at round 2. So the first question you selected was number 5, and it's going to be worth 1 point. The question is, at SummerSlam 2009, CM Punk defeated who in a TLC match for the World Heavyweight Championship?
Ooh.
Mm.
Ooh.
I don't remember the match, I'll be honest. The only time I ever remember seeing CM Punk win the title was when he beat John Cena, though. So I'm gonna say it's John Cena.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect.
Oh.
Do you know the answer,
who
Davey?
was it?
I do. It was Jeff Hardy.
It was Jeff Hardy.
Oh, okay.
I tried to throw that TLC in there as a hint for whoever got the question, but
Yeah, you know what? I'll be perfectly honest. I went through a bubble at about probably 06 to around 2010 where I watched sparingly, and I've gone back and watched more of that than I watched at the time. I mean, if there's ever a weak point, man, that's right in that bubble.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
well,
a
hopefully.
huge CM Punk fan, and that was like his heel days.
Oh, how dare you!
And that was right as like Hardy was on his way out, so I definitely remember that.
All right.
Oh, okay.
All right. So we're moving on to your 2-point question now, Randy, and you selected number 7. The question is, at SummerSlam 2011, who cashed in their Money in the Bank briefcase and became the WWE champion?
Ooh.
In 2011. That means he would have had to win it in roughly 11, maybe 10. Oh, this is another shot in the dark. I'm not. My confidence is waning here. I'm gonna say Edge.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Oh no.
Ooh.
It was Alberto Del Rio.
Oh, okay.
In 2011, who cashed in to win the WWE Championship. Uh-oh.
Shining Davey up here. I got to make it look strong.
Where's Jimmy Hart? Where's Jimmy Hart at?
Jimmy, buddy, where are you? Toss the megaphone. Golly.
All right. So moving on to your 3-point question. You selected number 9. What year's SummerSlam was the first to air live on the WWE Network?
Oh man, that's a good one too.
That's a tough one. So
you just kind of got to know what year the WWE Network debuted.
Yeah,
and you might have a good guess.
I'm gonna say 2014.
That is correct for 3 points. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
There you go. So you just took the lead. You now have 11 points. Davey, you have 9.
Okay.
So we're going to start knocking out some of your questions. All right, buddy?
Let's do it.
Jimmy, do your work, buddy.
Your 1-point question. You selected number 4. Your question is, at SummerSlam 2006, Hogan had his last WWE match against who?
Oh man, 2006. I have to think back about that. Oh, I remember. Oh man, it was against Randy Orton.
That is correct for 1 point.
Very nice.
All right,
Very
so
nice.
you're still behind. It's 10-11. So we're going to move on to your 2-point question. You selected, coincidentally, number 2. And your question is, what year's SummerSlam commercial featured Brock Lesnar giving an F5 to a frickin' shark?
Oh man. Jeez. So man, that could either be.
That was the best pay-per-view commercial ever.
If I remember correctly, it was against The Rock, and that was 2003.
That is correct. Good job,
Very
my
good.
friend.
Very good. I'll tip my cap on that one. That's a very tough question.
Yep. I thought it was going to be like 2000 or something like that when I looked it up, but nope, 2003. That is correct. So with that correct answer, Davey, you just took the lead. You have 12 points. Randy has 11. So we're moving back on to you, Randy, for your 4-point question.
Okay.
That was a tough one.
That's a tough question. Yeah.
So your 4-point question, Randy, you selected number 1. The question is, at SummerSlam 2001, Booker T faced The Rock for which title?
It was the WCW World Title.
That is correct. Woo! Very good.
Nice.
For 4 points. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That puts you at 15. You've retaken the lead. So we're moving back over to you, Dave, because you've got 12. You're going to answer your 3-point question right now. With your 3-point question, you selected number 8. And the question is, at SummerSlam 2013, who cashed in their Money in the Bank briefcase and became WWE champion?
Oh, geez. These cash-in questions are good.
Yeah, that's
They're tough, yeah.
I didn't realize so many cash-ins happened during SummerSlam.
Yeah, let me think back.
We
So
might
that
have
was-
another one this weekend, too. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I do remember because it was that year was a great year for Daniel Bryan. However, Randy Orton cashed in on Daniel Bryan that day.
That is correct.
Very good.
For 3 points. 1, 2, and 3. So that puts you at 15. So right now we've got a tie.
And we have a tie.
Yeah, but
Man.
the thing is, Randy, you've got 1 question left. Davey's got 2. So what we'll do, Randy, is we'll go ahead and turn it back over to you.
Okay.
Your 5-point question. You selected question number 6. And the question is, at SummerSlam 2010, the Nexus faced Team Nexus faced Team WWE in the main event in a 7-on-7 elimination match.
Oh, man.
Who was the final person eliminated from the match? I don't want to know who was left in after it was all said and done. I want to know who was the last person eliminated.
I'm so glad I didn't pick that.
Oh, that is a tough question.
I thought
Who
the
is the
casting questions were hard, but this one is hard.
Yeah, that's a tough question.
Especially it's on the tail end of when you weren't watching either, really. So
Yeah, it's like I missed. I'll be honest. I missed the entire Nexus happening. That is one of the things that kind of roped me back in. Is that I was hearing so much about them kind of almost invading.
Yeah, they had that angle.
I think it was Wade Barrett.
Oh,
To stay alive. That is correct.
Oh, yes.
Very good. So that is 5 points.
I'm over here sweating bullets. I'll be honest. I thought that's who it was, but I was not positive.
I would have guessed the same thing.
Dave, I got some bad news for you. Wade
Nice.
I still got
Bad news, Randy.
I still got 2 questions.
You got
You do.
yeah, you got some wiggle room there. Yeah.
So this is interesting. You've got 2 questions left. You have a chance at 9. You have the chance to tie. You have the chance to win. You need to get both of them to win. You need to at least get your 5-point question to tie it. So here we go. We're going on to your 4-point question, Davey. It is 15 to 20. You selected number 10. The question is, who was in the main event of last year's SummerSlam?
Oh, jeez.
So 2017. I'm not talking about sometimes they have like co-main events. I want the very last match. Who was in it?
The last match to go on.
The last match to go on.
Okay.
So that would be for, I believe, it was for the Universal Championship, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, man, these are tough.
I knew I had to make it tough for you guys.
All right, so it was Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. God, was it a fatal 4-way? Versus Braun Strowman
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was Samoa Joe was the fourth competitor.
That is correct. Very good. Jeez Louise.
Oh my God.
That's impressive. I got credit where credit's due. That's impressive.
You know why? Because I've been watching just pay-per-views from last year, and that popped up on WWE Network. So I just saw it like a couple weeks ago, but I couldn't remember if that was the main event. Well, I just took a shot in the dark. But as far as pay-per-views go, like lately they've been crapping all over the WWE title.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Just thought, man, if I'm just gonna go out, I'm gonna go out with that question.
All right. So here we go. It is 20-19. Randy is winning by 1 point.
Jeez.
There will be no
coming down to the wire.
There will be no tiebreaker. Dave, if you answer this correctly, you are the king of the marks, my friend. If you miss it, Randy, then you will be king of the marks.
I'll tell you what, either whatever way this goes, this has been a really, both matchups have gone down to the last question.
Yes.
with Dave and I. This has been, we couldn't, like, if anybody believes this is booked or whatever, yeah, it's not. Like, this is, we couldn't write it better.
It could go either way. I got like a knot in my stomach right now. But yeah, it's been a blast, but
let's roll.
Let's do it. Let's play it out. Here we go.
Let's do it.
So, for the King of the Marks Championship, your 5-point question, you selected question number 3. And the question is, at SummerSlam 2005, Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio had a ladder match where the winner got what?
Oh, this was one of the weirdest storylines in the history of storylines, and it was for the custody of Dominic.
And your winner, ladies and gentlemen,
very good,
and King of the Marks, Davey Dangerously. Congratulations, man. Very good. So for 5 more points, that puts you at 24-20. Give a speech, my friend. The floor is yours. Congratulations.
Randy, if I would have lost to you, it would have been a privilege. And I have had such a blast. And these questions were by far the hardest questions out of all of the tournament matches. So bravo to Brent for these crazy questions.
Thank you, sir.
And Randy, man, if I would have lost to you, I would have been fine with that because you have been one hell of a competitor. I beat you in the first round, and it was super close. Me and Charles went super close, and this went super close again. And I couldn't have asked for a better opponent. I've been playing this like heel character. We've been going back and forth. But I will definitely put you over any day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Davey. Congratulations again. SuperFan Randy, do you have anything you wanted to add before we start closing this out?
Yeah, just to piggyback off what Davey said, like, this has been such a blast with all the opponents, and like Davey kicking my butt, in the first round, then getting voted back in, which was very cool by the Twitterverse there and all the fans of the Mark World Order podcast, getting to come back in, getting to face Josh again, and then Aaron, and then kind of meeting back up to where it originally started. And it's been such a blast. And Davey, man, you're fantastic at this stuff.
Thank you. It was an honor facing you again, but I will have to raise that championship belt high over my head and declare myself the King of the Marks. Thanks again. It was such an awesome time.
All right, thank you guys. Did you want to hear the bonus question?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so had it come down to a tie, I had this question ready. Once again, the question is numerical, and so I was going to have you both guess a number, and whoever was closer was going to win. No Price is Right rules on this one. So.
Oh, okay.
How many SummerSlams has Brock Lesnar main evented?
Oh, wow. And that's strictly, we're going main event rules, like
Yeah, the
last
last
right?
match of the pay-per-view,
Okay.
not including Sunday's SummerSlam.
Right. Okay. Not including Sunday.
Yeah, not
Okay.
including that one because it technically hasn't happened yet. He get hit by a bus tomorrow,
Right. Okay.
or that
Okay.
diverticulitis or whatever.
Man, I would say
That's
8.
a tough one.
Yeah, that's a difficult question. I would kind of say 8.
All right, Randy's in at 8. Where are you in at, Dave?
I would have said like 7 or 8 as well.
So which one are you going with?
I'll go 7.
Davey, you would have won. It was 6.
Oh,
Oh wow.
Yeah, seems like the fate and the fortune was in Dave's corner tonight.
That's it. That's just like a thumb in the eye.
All right, you guys. So let's go ahead and close this episode out. Let's close out this tournament. Davey, go ahead. Let the Marks know where they can find you on the social media sphere, and then also whatever kind of fun stuff you got coming up, my friend.
all right. Well, as you know, I have my own YouTube show with my brothers, Dan the Beast Salazar and Rated R Salazar. You can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/The Ring Crew. You can find The Ring Crew on Instagram, Twitter, at The Ring Crew, and that's CRUE, like Motley Crue. We have a Facebook page. You can go ahead and like that. We're also on Twitch, so that's twitch.tv/The Ring Crew. You can find my personal social media. For Instagram, I am at Davey Dangerously 1. For Twitter, I am at West Coast Voice. I'm also on Facebook. Just look up Davey Dangerously. That's me as far as social media. My next bookings as ring announcer, I will be live in Fresno, California, September 9th at the Bitwise Hive. And then in Merced, the date escapes me, but my next booking is September 9th in Fresno, California. Tickets go on sale. I think they're on sale right now. You can find those at bow.tv/tickets, or you can find them on Facebook at Best of the West.
Perfect. Awesome. And then Randy, go ahead. Let the Marks know where they can find you on the social media sphere.
They can find me at SuperFan Randy, and I chat me up about anything nerd. We're talking wrestling, hockey, San Jose Sharks, pop collecting, figure collecting, anything whatsoever wrestling. Hit me up. We'll have an argument, a chat, a trivia contest, what have you. Let's roll.
Awesome. And then everyone else, don't forget to follow the podcast on our social media pages at MWO4Life on Twitter and Instagram. Like our Facebook page. Go ahead, subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. And then most importantly, continue to listen to the podcast. Please share it with your Mark friends. If you wouldn't mind subscribing and giving us a review on iTunes, we really appreciate that as well. So once again, I want to thank the contestants for participating in this tournament. I also want to thank all the good Marks out there for listening to it. We hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you guys all again real soon, and we will mark out and have a good time.